Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your favorite Uncle Demi, and today we have another special guest for you today on the Uncle Demi podcast. Obviously, you know I'm going to be the host of this, and I want to formally introduce this guy, and I want to do it properly, all right? So I wrote down some really good clip notes, all right? So another North Carolina GOAT, BearDaBeast, has risen to become a prominent figure in the NBA 2K League community and the esports community. As the point guard for the T-Wolves gaming, BearDaBeast's journey is nothing short of inspirational. Despite going undrafted in his first season, his determination never wavered. He was selected in the first round of the 2019 2K League draft by the T-Wolves Gaming. BearDaBeast's impact was immediate and transformative. In his debut season, he helped T-Wolves Gaming clinch a championship, earning himself a Finals MVP title. His success continued beyond as he continued to develop as a global fan base, with his influence extending all the way to China. Off the virtual court, BearDaBeast is also a content creator who engages with fans and shares his experiences. His story is a testament to perseverance and talent, making him an esports superstar and a role model for aspiring gamers everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for my man Bear the Beast.
What's up with you, man? I appreciate you for having me. I like that introduction right there. I like that. I like that right there.
I try my best, man. I try my best, man. But it's really good to have you on here because I know we are in the midst of the 2K League season, and I felt like if we're talking about true superstars of the game on and off the court per se, you're definitely one of those. So I'm just appreciative for you to be able to come in season and come talk to us, man. So again, you just got out of practice, man. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm literally, if I turn the TV on, you will see. I got us versus Warriors up. I got us, and I got the Bucks lined up right after that. So I just literally left practice, and we're about to head out to DC. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Because I think I first met you. Was it Community Day, right, in LA?
I think so. Yep.
Was that
I think so.
In LA, whatever.
I think. Yep.
And that's when
LA.
Okay, cool. And that's when we realized, I was like, man, you from North Carolina too, man. So I think that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, two Carolina boys, man, doing our things, man. So, again, man, it's small world, man. Like I said, man, we got to link again.
We will for sure, man. I'll be when off season coming, I'll be popping in and out. I'll definitely be home a lot. My season in about a month and a half. I'll definitely be home a lot more this off season for sure.
Definitely, man, because this shoot, man, there's a couple of us there, man. Because I know Quavo, he's from North Carolina too. He's not from there. Power, he's literally right down the street. Power DF, he's right down the street from me.
Really?
Like, I think that's crazy. Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that.
A lot of people, yeah, man. So, but anyway, man, I think the first thing, since we are in season, let's just talk about your current season. I mean, talk about right now, so y'all are currently in first place, and y'all beating people by an average of 20. Okay. And we could talk about we're going to talk about that success real quick. But I think the big thing that, a lot of people are going to want to know off rip is, all this controversy about your build, man. All right. Everybody want to talk about the slasher. What's your take on that, man? What's your take on that? Because well, first, let's do this. The players make the builds, correct?
Something like that. It's a complicated system. We are number one, but we got a bunch of young guys. Don't have too high expectations for us, man. And we had one bad game against somebody. We beat them by like 50, and that kind of. Other than that, we normally in that 5, 7, 10 range of winning. It ain't nothing crazy. But so the build, man, the build is souped up, but it is what it is. This game we play, and they invite 10 pros out to Cali, and 2 point guards, 2 shooting guards, etc. And they let them go figure out kind of what's going to be the best on league build, who's going to represent the league the best. So they do that every year. So essentially, the league picks the builds, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So. Right. Well, what's the big complaint then? Is it just because, okay, to me, I look at it 2 ways. A, you're just really good at the game and you found a way to be able to take that build to another level. Okay. Or B, it's just broken. right? Now, what is the
So
consensus on y'all side? Because from the public standpoint, it's kind of split. Everybody's like, I see some people on the timeline, the build's broken, da 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 da, and then I see other people like, no, it takes talent, it takes skill to do what he does, right? Like, don't diminish this man for what he's doing on the court right now. Put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't even as far as you hit on 2 points. Though. I'll talk on the second one, but as far as having is the build skilled or is it just dominant? I think anything with 90 plus stats on 2K is souped up. If you got 98 steal, you're gonna get plucks. If you got a 97 three ball and you got Patty Mills on, you're gonna hit 90. You're gonna hit reds. You're gonna hit 56 contested shots. If you got 94 dunk, you're gonna get contact dunks. So it just depends. Like so that's my view on it. But as pros. When it comes to slashing, when it comes to because all the guards at the professional level is left, right, cheese behind the screen. So anything outside of that is not normal. So it's going to get a lot of feedback, a lot of complaints. They don't like it.
And that's where, again, I was going to lead to that. Before the season started, we all know about the whole situation. Joe knows what he was doing with the slasher bill, correct? And I think a lot of that, again, goes back to 5-out, something different. Like you're saying, this is different. The pros, they don't really like to have change. They kind of want to say the same. Like you go into the stage is the same. Everybody has the same builds. They run the same offense. Then if you have somebody that does one little wrinkle, setting screens with your lockdown, all of a sudden they got a problem. Why are you setting screens with your lockdown, man? So let's talk about that real quick. So yes, y'all are doing something different, okay? You're running with a slasher. There's not all that going behind the screens. I mean, I see some of the games. I mean, y'all have some elements of it, but, at the end of the day, y'all are playing a different type of offense. 2 questions. Let's do the first one. What was in that decision-making process as far as going with that build and that type of offense for you? Was it something before, like, hey, 2K24 playing on retail, you kind of had an idea? Or was it going into the season and you said, I'm transferring? Because I didn't watch a lot of what you did this past season. So I'm not talking past season. I'm talking before the season came out. So I didn't know if you were running small guard, big guard, slasher, whatever. So just answer that question right there. What was your take on that? Like, what was the thought process?
So to be honest with you, it go back for a minute, man. When the Timberwolves took me, they took me when I played on Island Game back in 2K17-18. They didn't take me because I was never the best dribbler behind the screen. That was never. If you take me into the rec, I look like the best dribbler amongst rec players. But when you talk about the professional level, the top 25 players, they don't have me as the best dribbler. But the T-Wolves 6 years ago didn't take me. That was never the plan. It was a guy that came out of college that actually had a real mind for ball that was really good at 2K, and it was maybe we could run some different offense, some different formations. Maybe we can have a competitive edge amongst gamers if we know what horn sets is, 1-4 flat, flare screens, when down screens, options, 1 to 3 options inside of a play. So that started years ago, season 2, 2K19.
Okay.
And then when you fast forward 2K24, and then we get to this spot, people are like, the slasher is broken, and they're running this 5-out. When I won a championship in season 2, we ran 5-out, and I was the only team out of 21, 22 teams running 5-out. We was the only team to run it.
Yep.
And so it's always been that style of play, always been that flow for me. That is the 5-out is, if you remember 2K16-17, it was 250,000. They had the 250,000 tournaments. I made it to the final 4 in the 5-out. Like I don't know if I created it or was the originator for it. I don't know. But I've been doing that pretty much that's been my thing my whole career.
Oh, snap. Okay, cool. I didn't even know that. I did not know that. I didn't know that. So y'all basically running, like I said, the 5-out, and there's been a lot of individuals, again, going back and forth about whether or not that's skilled and that skilled, whatever. My question is this: if y'all are already showing, like, this, everybody knows this copy paste league, man. Why if it's so broken, why other people aren't doing it?
I know where you're going with it. I'm ta-da. That's my question. we was talking on the timeline. I'm talking with a guy from the Warriors. They won championship last year. And shout out Keenan, man. Keenan just I think he graduated with his bachelor's. 2K league.
Yep.
Yeah, he just graduated. Shout out Keenan. But we're going back and forth on the timeline. They want to build patch. And I'm like, so we know what's souped up in the league, especially like the content creators to make the bills and the people who sweat the game 12 hours a day. They know what's soup. They know the cheese. So I'm like, they took out the 6'6s in the league. There's no 6'6s in the league. That's one of the best bills on the game, attribute-wise. And then I'm like, so y'all take out the 6'6, but that's because the little young guy, Two-Tac, was coming in, and Two-Tac, they thought the boy was cheating. He hitting smothers on everybody's head. So they like, the pros are kind of scared of that because they can't quite do what he's doing. So let's kind of take, they think it's broken, let's tone that down and let's no 6'6s. So like, it's certain things that happen in the league that's real political, but not to dive too deep into it. Me and Keenan was going back and forth on the timeline, and Keenan's like, man, take out the slasher. I'm like, we're not complaining about jab steps and the stick dunk in the paint. We're not complaining about the T-Mac. I said, well, take out Patty Mills then. I said, take out Patty Mills' jump shot. He said, that's going to affect every PG. Every PG uses it. And I said, there goes your answer. If it's that souped, everybody is going to use it. The reason why y'all don't use 5-out and don't use that slasher build, because it has an 87 3-ball. And you can't cheese and run left and right on the screen. And your power forward, that's a superstar, don't want to stand in the corner 90% of the game and be a catch and shoot. Maybe your center can't shoot on a 74 3-ball. So it's that's my question. That'd be my point. Like it sounds good. It sounds good. But
there you go. It sounds good. It sounds good. And I believe, again, it's just, to me, I feel like this is really good for the game. All right. From, again, obviously you see I got my Mavs stuff on. I'm an ambassador with the Mavs. You know what I mean? But on the outside looking in, and even me partially in, as far as a creator with the Mavs, you want to see different stuff, right? I feel like people, if you watch the 2K League, you see, again, it's everybody doing the same thing. It's copy and paste. And you want to see things that are different. And there shouldn't be this type of outrage from players when it comes to that. To me, it sounds like, people that are, you know how it is when you're growing up. You know what I'm saying? You go over to your homeboy's house and stuff. Everybody's playing ball, and your homeboy ain't really winning like you want to. So you take the ball and say, man, everybody go home. I don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to embrace the change, embrace diversity. And I love that stuff. So to me, when I was looking, I was just laughing because I was like, man, the man's cooking with grease. Put some respect on his name. And at the end of the day, people that are pouting, it just shows a sign of weakness. If, you have an issue with it and you can't stop it, then just go ahead and put in give some respect. You know what I'm saying? So again,
that's
man,
tough. That's tough to do. That's tough to do for them. And you got a brain. So we go watch the NFL or we watch the NBA. We appreciate Mike Vick being different than Tom Brady. Both of them gonna sell tickets, but it's two different styles. LeBron gonna look different than Kobe, look different than Curry, gonna look different than Shaq. Like I don't want to go watch. No disrespect. No, I don't want to watch 10 John Walls on the floor. Every team got the same bill, got the same players. I'm like, but you got a brain, so you understand it. And a lot of these guys don't do the content aspect of it. They do the pro side of it. They're not looking at the business side of it. They're not looking at what pleases the fan. What looks attractive visually when watching a game. If everybody do the same thing, and only difference is the color of the person's hair and the color of a jersey and the uniform. Come on, man. What are we trying to sell?
I said this last year. If you was to put everybody in the same, if you put the screen black and white, you wouldn't even know if there was different teams playing. And it shouldn't be like that, right?
No, so, it should. Again, I'm the guy I want to see the post scoring. I want to see the 6'9" PG that can't shoot. Forget a 6'2" PG with 80. I want to see 6'9" Ben Simmons, Magic Johnson. I want to see 5 defenders on the. Like I want to see some different stuff. Like get creative. You the best in the world. Yeah. Get creative. I don't want to see 25 PGs left, right behind the screen, and then they'll knock me by saying, "Oh, you can only run 5-out." I'm like, man, I ran pick and roll season 3, season 4. Season 4, me, Kai, we had the best offense in the NBA 2K League out of all the pros, and we ran their offense. We ran pick and roll with the best offense almost ever. We have beat the Raptors offense that went 16-0. We had a better efficiency offense than the team that went 16-0 and had the best offense ever at that time. So I'm like, the game is the game. If you're good, you're going to adapt to it. But at this point, I don't beg for the respect no more. I kind of know what it is. If they can't beat it, they cry. That's kind of it.
Exactly. Well, definitely, like I said, my respect is definitely due. And I wouldn't even say that. Well, I know from my standpoint and from other creators, there is a, obviously we all respect what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny to me, and I know I had this later down in the question, but I guess we can hop into it right now, is that let me make sure I say this correctly. So a lot of people in the 2K League, a lot of other 2K League players, right? They aren't personalities, right? So they're not necessarily people that we know. You know what I mean? Correct. You're one of the handful of people that the community knows outside of the 2K League, right? Correct. You have like Fanta, like another big streamer, Fanta. Obviously, your teammate, Igimo, he had a huge following, again, and I like that because at the end of the day, in order for the 2K League to continue to grow, you know what I'm saying, just for anything, you got to have personalities. You have to have faces that people are going to want to come to watch outside of just the name of the jersey, right? There's people, for instance, people are either going to be a Laker fan or there's a lot of people that aren't Laker fans. They're just LeBron James fans, right? So wherever LeBron go, that's my man. Okay, you have a huge following on Twitter. I mean, I'm sorry, on YouTube. You have a huge following on Twitch. Wherever you go, people are going to go and want to watch that. You see what I'm saying? So my question is this: the 2K League has to find a way to get more eyes on the game. Other pro leagues, their players, their pro players are huge content creators. If you look at, Call of Duty, you look at Apex, you look at all that, these guys are huge on YouTube. And then they're the pros. They're pros because they play the game so much. Okay. This is what I brought up, and I want to know what you think. The 2K League has the best of the best players, right? But is it entertaining enough to where it will be bad to have the Joe Noses, the Lamonsters, the Grinding DFs, the Bash Plugs, these other guys that play Pro-Am that are really good at the game, and have them put into the 2K League, even if there might not be the best of the best, right? But they're still really, really good at the game. And you see what Joe Knows is. And again, Joe Knows Bullet TV, right? My question is, do you think that should be a direction the 2K League goes as far as trying to get their big creators that put a lot of hours into the league outside of just trying to go with people that no one knows and don't want to do content creation? They don't want to stream. We don't know who you are. What's your take on it? I know that was a long one.
Nah, you're good. You're good. Because see, this is the stuff that I'm a little older than a lot of these guys that come in. So these are the talks that I have with a lot of the uppers in the league. And when people say politics and the stuff that goes on with the league, this is the stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. So I have these conversations all the time, man. I'm one of the people, and I'm probably 135% on your side. And I tell people all the time, I couldn't be big man in charge. I couldn't be boss man because 95%, 97% of y'all will be gone. I'm done with y'all. Mm-hmm. If my job is to come in here because it's a business, it's 2K League, is I don't care. Oh yeah, it's fun. It's a video game. At the end of the day, the people who putting their money up, it's a business. If I put 100,000 up, I put 500,000 up. I want to see some profit. And in this game that we playing, the profit comes from sponsorships. It comes from views. So I don't care how good you are at 2K. If only 5 people coming to watch you play and you say you are A+, well, I'm going to go get this B or get this B+ that's going to bring this 50,000 views that's probably going to get me a $50,000 sponsorship. So that's how I'm looking at it. And so I wish I would have gotten to the content game other than a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have jumped in 6 years ago. But so it took me a while, and it took some time for me to the bell to go off and the light to go on to be like, oh, all right, this is what I need to be doing. And if I'm the 2K League, yeah, I'm knocking on everybody's door with that's playing the game all the time, that's competitive, but they have that following. Joe Knows, like you say, Lamonster. I'm going to Man, I'm knocking on their door, and listen. Hey, come on in. Let me holler at you, baby. We gotta have a conversation. I need you. And if I'm the 2K league, that's the route that I'm gonna go. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm on board with you 1,000%.
Awesome. That's good, because when we've been having the conversations with other creators, I've asked them, I said, hey, man, I don't want to say names and names because I let them speak for themselves. But I was like, if the 2K League was to come knocking, would you do it? And their responses was, and to both of their responses was, is that I don't know if they can afford me, right? Because
so stop right there. Let me cut you off. Let me let you finish. Go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead, because that's another topic that I'm
address it.
I like it, right? Because so this is what I be telling the 2K league, right? So rough numbers, they give you 40,000 for 6 months, right? That's the rough numbers. And if you want to win, you can walk away with 6 figures. So that rough numbers 40K, you could go in there and be the worst 2K player in the world. You stole a check from the 2K league, 40,000. You didn't win a game. You was never up in a game. You average 0 points. They hand you a $40,000 check for 6 months worth of work. Now, that's probably what the content creators are talking about. It like, man, that ain't enough for them. And then on the NBA side, because this is where it gets political, it's so tough because if they do something for BearDaBeast that's on the Timberwolves and they go pay, let's say, like you say, Bear, you might be one of the people that's more known, one of the people, they use my face more, they do this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough for them to pay me more. And even though I'm doing more, it's going to be tough for them to pay me more if the guy on the outside, or let's say another guy like some guy from the Wizard or some guy from the Bucks is doing his own thing. The NBA try to keep it level playing field. They try to keep if they go into a salary cap model, it's going to be more lawyers involved. It's going to be a different type of formula, different type of system than kind of what they got going right now. But
correct.
I talk to them all the time about we got to get these guys in the door, like the Joe knows, and whatever their price tag is. Of course, you got to negotiate. But his Joe ticket and my ticket ain't the same. It ain't the same. I don't bring the same views he bring. His ticket is higher, but y'all got to figure out a way to go pay that man so we can get his viewerships, because ultimately if he come into the league or some other people come into the league and we go from a stream of 5,000, 10,000 and it jump up to 50, everybody gonna start to receive sponsorship money. Everybody, it's gonna create this snowball effect, and it's gonna be a different monster. But I go back and forth with the uppers all the time on this, and you got a little bit more insight than a lot of people. And
yeah,
from what we hearing, it sounds like they getting close to going in that direction.
That's good. That's good, because I've been hearing the rumblings. It's like the 2K league's looking like they're trying to go into a whole different direction. They did. I know about that because I had conversations about the direction that they are talking about trying to go. But again, a lot of these things are critical because there's also conversations like, well, they might be folding this year. This might be the last year of the 2K league. So there's a lot of rumblings, and I'm pretty sure you've been hearing it too. And I'm just like, there's no way possible the 2K league with the backing of the NBA should be in any type of struggle of trying to get viewerships or getting people in front of the monitors when we have, again, some of the most ridiculous creators. I'm talking about not even just from like the ability to play, but just the actual talent, the personalities, right? What makes you so great at what you do, and why I know that you will always be invaluable to the T-Wolves, is because not only are you a hell of a player, but you're extremely marketable, right? You are extremely marketable. They can put you in front of anybody and you can have a great conversation. Your streams are amazing. Your content is amazing, but that's what makes you so great. But at the end of the day, we need 20 more of you, right? You see what I'm saying? We get 20 more of you, then all of a sudden, those viewerships that we see in the 2K league, when they're streaming on Twitch, they don't have to use all them bots and stuff to get it. They can just get real people to come sit down and watch it, bro. Like, I mean, like, you're not fooling nobody. We know there's not 10,000 people watching, right? But at the end of the day, I hope that will be a direction that they go, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the moment that we get those type of people onto the 2K league, it's gonna be amazing. And we got a taste of it in the 3v3, and I want to head into that right now. When the inaugural 3v3, when it came out 2 seasons ago, and we started getting a taste when like Ticino and all them was on there, Annoying TV. Man, you talking about the buzz, right? Because for one, there were so many individuals that can relate to 3v3 because that brings in the casual viewers and not, just the
Yep.
viewers that watch 5v5. And then there was their favorite creators. So um, this is my question. What's your take on the 3v3? Okay, because I know some pros don't like it and others, they do like it. Now, I know for y'all, if I'm not mistaken, I think y'all flirted with winning the championship on 3v3 multiple times. I think y'all lost twice in the finals, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we was so last year we went to two. We went to two. We went to two championships, lost, and then this year we went to a championship and lost, and then
Yep.
we was up 2-0 in the playoffs against the champs, and they reverse swept us. So, so we one of the teams that it was the Lakers won it this year.
The Lakers. I'm sorry. Yeah, the year before was the Warriors.
Yeah, so we was up 2-0. We was up 2-0, and they reverse swept us. I don't give them no more praise. I'm done with that. But yeah, I like the 3v3 mode. But you go ahead. You can keep going.
So the 3v3 mode. What is your take on that? Do you feel like that should be something that we should stay and then enhance on it? I mean, when I say enhance, the amateur portion of it, I feel like 2K League's been flirting too much with it. I feel like we need to start going even more into getting not amateurs, right? But just getting them creators. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not just amateurs. So my question is, the 3v3, you like it, you don't like it, and then also, what do you think could be done to make that mode better?
I like 2K. So right, I don't care if we're playing 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, or 5s. I like 2K. So in the aspect of 3s and 5s, I'm with the advancement of the game. So whichever one is going to take the game the furthest. If it's both of them, cool. If it's 3s, let's run 3s. If y'all think 5's the method, cool. But I don't care for the mode. I'm more interested in that model of it. The stuff you speak of as the amateur stuff is cute. Where them creators at? Let's go get the Tycinos and the Flight. And let's get them dudes involved. Let's figure out a way to get that going. That, to me, however we can get these people involved and playing, that's what we need to be doing majority of the time. So I really don't care for the mode 3s or 5s. I don't think one is harder than the other. I could go devil's advocate on both of them, but yeah. So it's a lot of pros that don't like 3s. I don't care for 3s. I don't care if we run in 5s. I'm pretty good in both of them. For me, I don't care. I'm more. What can we do with the viewership? How can we get more people on board with the 2K League?
So then what I was leading to is that then why is 3v3 allowing amateurs, but the 5v5, they're not allowing the amateurs? Why can't we get Black Market as a team in there, just for some fun games? Why is it? Do you know why there's a cutoff on just 3v3 amateurism, and then 5v5 is not being touched with amateurism?
So this is about as simple as cut and dry that I could put it to my knowledge. So with 3, they added 3s, and then 3s is more of a cool. This is more of a mode that more, like you said, more casuals play. We probably could sub in hey Tycino, go get your team, bro, and all right, I got my 2. This is what they like to play. They like to play the park. All right, join the tournament, and then you get a chance to win some money. If now, let's say you go do that for 3s and 5s, there's no point to be a professional. There's no point to sign to the Timberwolves because there's a draft in the Timberwolves. So if we go look at Black Market, if Black Market if Joe Knows wanted to go be in the 2K League, there's going to be a draft, and he's go number 1 pick, whatever, number 2 pick. Bullet is going to be another pick. So they're going to break that team up. So it's the same thing with Island Gang and Spicy Boys and Breakout and all of these teams that play Pro-Am. They split the talent up amongst the teams. It's not like other esports to where it's like, I like Black Market. I'm going to sign their whole team under my brand. If you break up all the talent, and then so like me, my talent was broken up. Now I'm playing for the Timberwolves, and Nate Call went and played for the Knicks, and Slay for the Bucks. My talent is broken up. Then you say, well, Black Market can now come in and compete for 5s, and they outside of the 2K League, and then they could go compete in 3s, and they outside of the 2K League. They can compete for all the money, and at that point, they kept their team together. Yeah. They have a better chance to win it than me because you put me with somebody that I don't even know. So
that should a couple months ago.
Yeah. So that's your answer.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't think about that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. So the 3v3 is one way. Bring the 5v5. Okay, what's the purpose of even having a team then if you're gonna allow black market? But okay, then my other question is then the league this year for the first time is allowing their athletes or their talent, wherever they want to call y'all, players to now play in other tournaments outside of the 2K league. So you can like pro-am tournaments that's going on. I see it going on all the time because I saw
Yep.
Joe Knows played his team played against a couple other pro teams already. So what is your take on that then? Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's a bad thing? Obviously, it puts more money in your pockets for these tournaments you make on the side. But in the long term, do you feel like that's an effective way to go about it with their players in season?
Personally, from a league standpoint, I don't like it. But since we're so bad at doing content, I think because I haven't talked to them that much on this topic, but I think that's their way of like let them go do their thing in the off season. Maybe they stream and maybe it's because once the leagues start, like it's Sunday and we had film session, so we're grinding. That's another topic on how much it actually time you got to put in to be a pro. But so I'm thinking from a league standpoint, they're like, well, hey, go out there, go compete, go try to go get some more eyeballs, go keep doing your thing. That would be my like. I've never had that conversation with them, but that'd be my guess. But personally, I don't like it. Like if I'm playing for the Timberwolves, I shouldn't be able to go put on another because like these other leagues are smaller versions of 2K leagues. So
Yeah.
if like LeBron James ain't going to go play in the John Stewart tournament in the middle of the season, it ain't happening. Not on my clock. You ain't doing it. Not while I'm paying you ain't doing it. So like
exactly.
Personally, I don't like it, but I don't call the shots.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and get more personal with you because I know that at the end of the day we can talk about this 2K league all day, but I feel like those are kind of the main topics. I want to hit on those. Let's talk about you for a second. Okay, so we all know. Well, I know you're from North Carolina, all right?
Yeah.
And you know you from Winston or somewhere outside of Winston, but you Winston. We'll just say Winston, all right?
Yeah.
Let's get to know a bit about you.
I played sports all my life. I was terrible with all the sports: soccer, football, tennis, baseball. I played all the sports. But I was terrible with all of them except basketball. I was pretty good. Okay. Wasn't athletic. I could dunk and get on the break. I could dunk in half court, catch an occasional oop. But when you talk about where my head was at, what I thought thinking I could. Now that I'm around NBA stuff, I had no chance. But now that I see, but growing up, you know what I'm saying. And like you say, I grew up in Davie. I'm from High Point, but we were playing Winston, Greensboro, Statesville. Amongst my state, I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying. I get to have my way a little bit, but. It's I went to college 4 years. I played ball, but I was into sports. It's nowhere. I'm washed up now, Demi. But at the time, I could go a little bit. I can go a little bit.
Facts, man. I'm tired of these people hitting me up talking about something. Hey, man, you trying to do an IRL 1v1? I'm like, man, you got to be lost your dang on mind, bro. I'm not going. You crazy, man? You crazy, man? I said you should have hit me up 20 years ago, bro. Like,
I knew it was over for me when I went to the court. I'd be going up here to this LA Fitness and all the young guys. I remember being high school going in there. We've fallen 20 times in one game to 11, and when I go out there now, I'm kind of moving out there like I want a good sweat, and I don't want to be hurt when I leave here,
there you
fellas.
Go.
Like,
it's funny. I go to Lifetime. I'm at Lifetime. I'm the same way. They be like, "Hey, man, yo, like you just." I'm like, "Listen, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, man. I'm picking you up. I'm gonna do all the little things, but I'm here for cardio. All right, I'm here for cardio. My days of trying to be, try to score all the points in the pickup game. My day, like, no, I'm just here to get my cardio in. I gotta just get it up to 78, and then hey, 20 minutes, and I'm out. I'm not on that level anymore, man. I'm not on that.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, hey, that's just a part of growing and maturing and understanding that, hey, at the end of the day, I had my window. I played D1 basketball, I played D1 baseball, I played baseball, I played professionally. That was a great, chapter in my book.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this next chapter is what I'm focused on. That's content creation,
Yeah.
2K, and all that.
It's
And
different. It's different, man. It's different. I
it's way
think
much
once you
different.
people tell me all the time, man. They like, man, because they from growing up, it was man, sun up, sun down. We outside, we at the court, and that's we riding the bikes to the court. We hitting the gyms. Once we able to drive, we going to different cities, and that we just woke up, and that's what we was living and breathing to do. And now they see me, and they're just like, yo, ain't no way you don't play ball no more. And I'm like, man, everything I wanted out of that ball, man, I got it, dog. And it's just like it's. I got nothing else from it. I don't want nothing else from it. I got everything from it. I promise I did. And it's different now. They'll spark me sometimes. I go in there and I got one game. And it might be that second game. It might be that first game. I'm gonna show you a little something this game. After that, my stamina gone. I'm tired. Hey, leave me alone the rest of the day now. But I'm gonna let you know you can play hard this game. I got you for this one game. I'm gonna give you this work, but after that, hey, don't leave me alone for about 2-3 months. Now I'm done with you.
Yeah, for real, man. I listen. My son, he's 10, and you know, we'll be hooping and stuff. But he'd be like, Dad, how come? I'm listening, son. Just pass me the rock. I'm doing set shots, right? Hey, you can look at the old. You can look at. Listen, he gets on me because my highlights of high school highlights in college is on VHS, and he's like, Dad, what is this? I was like, man, this is as much action you're gonna get from me. Other than that, when we're out here, I'm gonna coach you. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Don't ask me to do it. I'm telling you to do it. But then, you know, we keeping it moving. You know, that's kind of where it's at, man. Yeah, man, I love it, bro. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about 2K then. When did you start getting into the gaming? And before you answer that, I'll tell you my side of it. As an athlete, it was workouts. If you want partying and doing workouts, you know, we weren't doing schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? So it was partying, workouts, or video games. Like that was my 3 things. All right, and video games was 2Ks when I started getting into it. So what was yours?
Nah, that's real. That's real right there. And hey man, I got my bachelor's, but the amount of work that I would put in to figure out I could skip this assignment, make a 60 on this assignment, I gotta get a 92 on this one to pass. Bet. Like if I would have all them numbers, if I'd have just put the time into the work, I'd straight A. But that's it, man. That's the you get it. That's the hoop of life. Growing up we ain't have cell phones then. We wake up 10 o'clock. Be at my house. Bring the bikes. We will ride up to the court. We hoop all day. We'll go grab something to eat. This is I sound old because you couldn't run in and out the house. We go hit the water holes. We back at it for the next however many hours. College is man. If we ain't got 6 a.m. practice, is go to class. We ain't doing the homework. We get home, but we hitting the gym. We're going to practice. We probably might play pickups early. Then we're gonna go to practice. Then we're gonna try to keep the gym open later. And then when we done, then after that is video games. And that's always been that cycle right there. It's like let's go hoop. Let's go hoop. Street lights go on. All right, let's play the game. So that's kind of how it was for me too.
And when did you start to realize? Well, first, when was your first 2K that you played? And then when did you start to realize that, dang, I'm actually really good at this?
Man, first 2K. You remember the Dreamcast 2K. You remember that?
Listen, I have no shame in the game. I played the first. I played on Dreamcast. I played the original 2K. Right?
Yeah.
Original 2K. The hardest mode, shooting free throws. To this day, I always I be joking with LD. I be telling LD 2K. I was like, listen, bro. I was like, we got to bring back the triggers, man. We gotta let these kids really truly know what skill gap is.
Yeah. Nah. So I remember that, man. My older cousin, my older brother. So my older brother, I think he got me by like 7 years. My older cousin by 5. So when it was around Christmas, around my birthdays. They would all, hey, come on, hey, go buy a controller, Bear. Go buy a controller. Go buy the game and get this for your. They wouldn't let me play too much. They were tricking me to go so they could get it. But Dreamcast, man, that's been playing it for them. I ain't take it serious. We switched to live for a little bit. We went to live for a little bit, and then we got back off that live train around about 2K8. I think Shaq was on the
Okay.
cover around that time.
Yep.
I about made the Madden bus. I think it was 13, might have been 12, 13, 12, whichever. Troy
Mm.
Polamalu and Fitzgerald was on the
Yeah.
cover. So, man, I was
They
one
don't
game
know
off
about
from the
that.
Madden.
You might need to explain it. You might need to explain it to them. Because they don't know about that. They don't know about the Madden bus on MTV and all that stuff. Yo, they don't know about that.
Yeah. So I was so I've always, long story short, I've always been pretty good at games. I always had that little
Okay.
knack for it. But yeah, so it was a tournament, man. Madden bus is it was your best players in the world would go. So I competed at my local. It was local GameStop. I had like two
Yep.
tournaments there. Then we went and competed in Winston. It was a tournament or two in Winston. So they just keep. And then we went to Raleigh, and
Yep.
I was one game off from going to go do, because I think they do the thing of like where they the team that you was playing with, you go meet the guy,
Meet
you
one of the
play the
players.
guy.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm one game off. I should have ran the clock out, and I didn't run the clock out. I ran the ball, fumbled it. He returned it. I
Mm.
didn't make the Mad. I was literally, I'm right there at it. I should have just kneeled the ball and walked off, but I was that close to doing it. And then after that was like 13, 12, something like that. And then
Yep.
like around 2K16, that's when they started having the 2K tournaments for 250,000, 2K16, 2K17. So then we started
Yeah.
competing in that. And then once I made a good run in the 2K16, it was 2K17. I made a good run. It was like, all right, after the 17 $250,000 tournament, it was like, we're coming out with a league. And I was like, all right, I'm about
Yep.
to go for that now.
Exactly. And that's perfect timing, because then let's talk about that first year when you didn't get drafted. What was that whole time frame like? Did you feel like you was good enough for it, or did you kind of look in the mirror and said, you know what, there's some things I need to get better at? And what did you do during that time frame to get you to the next year of getting drafted?
See, around that time, because I think I graduated from college around 16. So around that time, I knew I was good because, growing up in the neighborhoods, we used to $20 games, $10 games, $40
Yep.
games. We always did that. So around 13, 14, when nobody played me in my city from that area of the Triad, that Greensboro, High Point,
Yep.
Winston area. I couldn't find Madden games. I couldn't find Madden games at all. And so once I started playing a lot of people in the North Carolina area for some good change, I was like, all right, I'm pretty good at this game because they're the best people. I'm beating them, and it's considerably a lot, beating them by a lot. And they're supposed to be the best. They was not flying. They were driving people up from South Carolina to play us. It was serious, $2,500. But so I knew I was good. But then when that 16 came around, we was at the park just playing. We heard about the 250. The 17 came around.
Yeah.
We went for it. But that was like, I went for it with my point guard from college, my actual brother, my brother and my cousin, the one that was both judging me for the Dreamcast and the controller getting the game, both of them. And then we just picked the dude up from online. I'm like, bro, just go make this 16 stretch, 99 3 balls, sit in the corner. That's all I need you to do. He could shoot. But we made it to Final Four out of everybody. We went to the Xbox Championship, and we had beat Space Jam. I don't know if y'all remember that team back on 17. It was a really good pro-am team. We beat them to go to the Xbox Championship, and we lost the Steel Trio. Dimes, Tomley Cook, Kenny got work. We lost to that team.
Okay.
That's when I realized, like, I'm doing this with my cousin, my brother, and then once I found out that they doing it with dudes they playing the game with dudes across the states, like dude in Texas, dude in Cleveland, dude in Florida, dude in Ohio. Like I'm like, all right, so we made it that far, and I'm playing with the people I know. So I was like, from that 17 point, I was like, yeah, I know I got a good chance. So when I didn't make it, the season one, I know why I didn't make it now, but then it didn't like put me down. I knew I could compete with them because all the guys that got drafted, I had already beat them. And if I didn't beat them, we competing in the games are close. But now I know why I didn't get drafted at the time. It didn't. I wasn't discouraged. Of course, I was down. I'm sad that I didn't make it, but I'm like, they got to put me in next year. They got to get me in next year.
And so you just continue to grind for going into season 2. Did you recruit new teammates and just start building from there? Or did you run with your same base and just continue just your own craft, just sharpen your
Yeah,
own
so
sword?
my point guard, that's Summers J11, that was Vaughn. So I told Vaughn, my brother, and my cousin, and Splash. I told them, like, yo, look, we either about to put 8 to 12 hours a day in on the game because I'm about to go make this league, and if y'all can't do that, I'm out. And they got kids, their families, and they can't dedicate 8 to 12 hours a day to the game. So they like, man, go do your thing, bro. Like I can't put that time in on it. And we attempted it, but once they realized that I was seriously like, hey, yo, it's 2 p.m. Like, let's go get it. And this is when people used to play ranked. So we'd get on ranked at, I'm 2 p.m. They like, yo, I'm at work. They couldn't put the time in. And once they seen I was serious about it, they was like, bro, go do your thing. So then that's when I linked up with Island Gang. So yeah, I left that team. They understood it though. We can't put that time in. I went with some guys that could, and then that following season I got drafted to the Timberwolves.
A lot of people don't realize the amount of hours y'all have to put into this game. You know, I'm assuming at that point in time, you wasn't working. You was fresh out of college, or where were you at?
So I was fresh out of college. I went and I don't know if you remember. Matter of fact, Mavs. Josh Howard. I assistant coached at my alma mater for a little bit. I was recruiting at my alma mater, but I had my own business. So I had opened up a furniture store out there in Winston, right near Walltown. I had a furniture store.
Man, High Point got furniture stores all over the place, man.
yeah, man. So my dad was in that industry for years. I could mattress and box spring. I could make it from scratch with my hands right now. I could tell you the dust covers, the staples you need, the 60 by 80 is a queen size mat. I can tell you everything you need to know. But I was in that industry for a while, and I was going by the flea markets every weekend. You know, that's big where we from. So I was doing the flea market gig. I was doing Saturdays and Sundays about 3 or 4 different locations. So I would drop a dude off, drop the mattresses off, go to the next one, and I was doing that about 6-7 days a week. And once I ran up the money to go, I was like, all right, I really need to chase this league. I stopped doing the flea market gig. And because that was a lot of fast cash, I stopped doing that. Went and sat down in the store, and while I was in the store, it's slow, but people walk in, this, that, and the third. I was actually at my own shop, sitting there just gaming all day long. It was. Then it got to but it got to a point to where I people walk in, I don't even want to talk to them. But you can have a mattress at this point. Like just take it. So it got to a point where I was too locked in. So I pretty much. It's a crazy story behind that. I won't go into it too much, but yeah, I sacrificed that, man. I left that business. That business went underwater, and I pretty much just put it all on the line for the 2K league. And luckily enough, it panned out because the season before it didn't work out for me. But I lost my business while going for it, and I just put all my eggs in that basket. And luckily enough, it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely worked out because not the first season you came into the league. Y'all win the championship. It's like tell me about that, man. Like how does
that was a different type of hunger. That was different. Like I just told you about the flea market gig. I'm probably making in a weekend each flea market probably doing 1,500 cash, two bands cash, and that's each one because you ain't got to sell nothing but a couple mattresses. They doing $1,000, $2,000 a weekend. I stopped that, put the money into the business, and I couldn't afford because I wasn't doing the fast cash. I'm sitting in one location, and I'm small business. It was I had to choose the apartment I was staying in or the business. I couldn't afford both of them. The rent was like $1,500, and then my home apartment rent was like $700. And I'm like sitting in this store. I can't afford both. I had to get rid of the apartment. I started staying in the store in the back. So I had to set up shop in the back, put mattresses in the back, got my clothes hung up in the back. Like, hey, yo, Pops, Ma, I gotta come shower. I'm coming to I gotta come shower. That's like, ain't no shower there. Got bathroom there, no shower. So like, and then the business starting to, cause I'm playing the game 12, 16 hours a day. Season starting, like the new 2K came out. The season starting to come around. I ain't putting no time in at the shop. Now light might try to go off at the shop. I gotta try to hurry up, go pay the bill. Like, so when I came into the league, like I wasn't staying in my apartment. I was staying inside the business. Man, so when I came in, it was this it, baby. We gotta make this work. Like this ain't no other option. This it right here.
Back against the wall, man, and you just say, listen, man, there is no going back. I'm not getting cut, right? And y'all ain't cutting me. But and it's funny because there's such a high turnover rate, especially leading up from season 1 all the way up to season 6. I mean, now, last season they're allowing people to retain more than one player, but the turnover rate was high. You have managed to stay with one team all this time. Is there anybody else in the league that's like that? That's been with one team for 6 years?
The guy I was talking about earlier, Keena. For the Warriors. We're the only two. Some of that is luck amongst who you get drafted with and who your GM and that type thing. I was blessed, man, to have JB as my GM. But a lot of that too is on that individual. Like you don't come in and you don't be an idiot. You do what's asked, and then you try to grow. You try to grow who you were from day one, to the present day. But that's a whole nother story to get into, because these guys be so lost. And my thing was, it's hard to get in. Once I'm in, I ain't got to worry about nothing else. I done did the hard part. I done fought through millions of 2K players. Now my job is to stay on this team amongst this 5-6 people. I got to beat these 5-6 people out. Oh, I done did the hard part. I done beat the millions. Now I just got to beat these 5-6. Oh yeah, we good money.
Exactly, because you definitely have been one of the most consistent players in the league. I don't have the actual numbers as far as, obviously you have an MVP, you have tons of runner-ups when it comes to 3v3. You're currently in first place right now. And it's funny because T-Wolves Gaming has always been a competitive team, no matter what. And the common denominator in all of those teams has been you, right?
Oh, I tell the players that all the
time. Okay, good. Because I'm about to say, I do always do that with my kids. I always say, if there's any situation, I always tell them, okay, well, you said, little Timmy, then you said Johnny. The common denominator is you. That means obviously you're doing something wrong here. If or you're doing something right. So my thing is, go ahead and spill the juice, man. What have you been doing right to not only be able to stay in the league for as long as you have, right? Not only being on a competitive team for all those years that you've been here, but then on top of that, still maintain being one of the better players in the league. All that put together, what do you think has been the driving force to keeping you in one location and being consistently, I guess you can say, captaining one of the top teams in the 2K league?
Well, first of all, is shout out to Timberwolves, and JB has kind of been over this project for T-Wolves Gaming. So shout out JB, man, because he's took over that kind of that mentorship role for me now, which is dope, because where I'm from the country, and it's white versus black. It's all, you got to stay with your kind, and for an older white man to come in and mentor me and teach me, man, so many life lessons, man. Half the stuff we talk about now ain't got nothing related to do with 2K. So it's
that's awesome.
So that's probably, I got lucky with that, man. That's probably one of the biggest blessings, having JB here and operate this. But he gave me a game, man. He gave me the game, and so it was for me to just listen to it, man. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. So I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? He's telling me, look, Bear, you gotta continue to put in the time on the game. You still got to play the game. I always had that work ethic, that preparation. Like I just left studying film. I always had that side from the real hoops of, I need to know these players' tendencies. So I always had the preparation. I'm always going to put the time into 2K. I enjoy doing it, so I do overtime anyway. And then he's like, man, you got a good chance as far as being bigger than what you think, because of the markability that you have, and with the competition level that the 2K League got, is when you could just say markability, where you stand out as far as that group of people. Because he always tell me all the time, when it comes to skill, you ain't more skill. You ain't more skill. When it comes to IQ, you got some IQ, but you can really jump the gun and get out in front of everybody if you take this content side seriously. And so it's just trying to, the game that he's giving me, man, I'm kind of just I'm listening, and and the advice that he was giving was spot on, man, because it's kind of this road that that was kind of laid out, and I'm going along this path right now, and is everything that I had visioned, is that plus more. So just staying solid. Just don't, man. Try to be super respectful to everybody. Put in my time, the preparation, man. Playing the game all the time, trying to do the right thing. Taking advice from people. I don't know it all, and just that type of vibe to it. I think that's kind of what kept me around. Just kept me around this long.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's awesome, brother. Because my next thing is the way that the 2K League has adjusted since the pandemic, right? And you went from being live, being able to stand across from somebody. You actually about to go down there to DC now, but your games were, beforehand, you had a hub, which was in Dallas,
Yep.
and y'all will be able to play and be able to have those juices. How is it now to play majority of your games virtually from your opponent compared to how it was, on the other seasons? Where do you think that no, let's leave it there. How do you feel about it currently right now, playing majority of games virtually?
Yeah, it's different, especially season 2, because we was on the NBA schedule. Season 2, we flying into New York every week. We was having tournaments in Vegas, Orlando. We have tournaments everywhere. So every week we flying in Wednesday and we fly back out Friday. Like, we doing that every week on a however many game schedule. Now is everything is remote, and to me, I don't have a preference on it, because my preference, like, I'm gonna attack it the same way, and I think the way you win in life is adjusting. So like, it's the new 2K gonna come out. They're gonna have some new tricks, some new gimmicks. But if you just adjust to it and put the time in and prepare the same way you always do, you're gonna be good at every 2K if you just take that approach. If you put your time in and be willing to adjust. And so same thing with this. It's different. It's the same stuff, different day. But I don't care to play in person, out of person. We grew up playing the game like in person. Then we found out what online was. I was loving to play with my homeboys cross on. Then we start playing back in person again. Now we like, so for me, it don't matter. It don't matter to me. I'm
well, put it like this. You're a different breed, though. You're saying you're a different breed. You played athletically. You grew up in like I said, in the country, in the suburbs, outside out there. Me, I'm a type person. And what I'm about to get to is this. And I know there's a big difference than playing somebody online virtually and then going and then sitting across and I'm looking at you like, yeah. It's a different type of intimidation. And we all know how in the 2K League, or even in the other leagues, UPA and all that stuff, some people literally cannot perform in that type of environment. And to me, I felt like that was the home court advantage. That was an advantage that players, real life NBA players, like you go into Madison Square Garden, you already know you about to be in a whole different can of whoop ass in there, because you got to deal with everything else. You got to deal with the players. And virtually, you don't have to. I feel like that element of the 2K League was taken away. Come on, one of the most viral clips in the 2K League was you talking shit to what was my man's name? You was talking to somebody, Bleacher Report, ESPN, everybody picked it up. You was talking junk to somebody back and forth on the stage. And I was like, man, that's the type of energy that is missing. But also, that's type of energy. Man, I don't know, but you be talking to everybody, bro. There was times you be pulling up, like, I'm not going to rant, but man, you be sitting on the stage, you be having no shoes on, man. You be so comfortable up there, man. I just feel like
that's what I tell you. It don't need. Hey, Demi. At this point where I'm at now, it's a. The other team get to talking. Hey, shut up, bro. Don't even talk to them. Come holler at me. What you want to talk about? We talk about anything. What's your favorite food? I'm about to. You want to bet your drawers and your socks on how you walk out this bit butt naked. You walk out this bit holding your nuts when you leave. Like that give me that, like, that competitive. You going to your rival school in college and off the rip they screaming out, I know who your sister is. They screaming out your sister name, and you trying to find shorty after the game. Like, who said that?
Exactly.
Like, that brings back that fight, that competitive feel. Like, it's different. It's a different feel for sure. But I do love the stage
when they go to DC.
I do love that aspect of the stage. I miss that. But to be honest with you, man, it gets to a point where I've been doing it for so long. Man, I done sat there and done went at a dude, and he done looked at his monitor, stone face, ain't said a word to me. And after a couple years of that, some people I don't even talk to no more. You know what I'm saying? I got to play the Lakers this in threes and guns. He locked down. Oh, I had a good time. That's when I have a good time. When I don't care who it is. You get up there, you can be as sorry as you want to be, good as you want to be. If you're going to sit back up there and score 0-0 and you're going to talk, oh, we about to have a good time up there. That to me, so that element, I do miss that. But like you say, man, everybody ain't got that personality to go back and forth with you. So it's rare when you do get two people on the stage that could go back and forth and you could keep it clean. And it's fun. It's really fun. Like I do miss that dynamic of it. But like you said before earlier, everybody ain't got those personalities on their team to do that. Everybody don't come from playing Madden games, 2K games on the same screen. The money on the wood make the game go good. They don't come from that. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. But growing up in that, you like that, you enjoy it. But everybody ain't come from that. And as we get older, that they get further away from that. It's different.
Exactly. I think you hit a key point where I want to stress again. When we were growing up and we were coming up, there was no playing online. If you wanted to play, you got to come over to the crib. Yeah, come on to the crib. Or I got to go over to your crib. So now I'm going to an away game. I'm sitting on your couch. I'm looking on my shoulder. You got your homeboys here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, come on. But they don't know about that. But see, so you sitting down on the stage. You're like, man, listen, man, I've been doing, listen, bro. Ain't nothing here. I done seen worse. I'm the same way, bro. I've been playing games, play now online, going to different neighborhoods, traveling, playing Madden, NCAA. That was my big one, NCAA. And going to other people, not even know who they were. Like, you just like, yo, man, I got $500. Like $500, bro.
Nah, you be in a situation to where you walk in and you got your homies and they got their homies and you don't know if it get too much money on the line, if this bitch gonna go sideways, because so we get on the stage and it's 2K, they got the cameras in the production. Y'all see me up there with my socks off and my shoes off and doing dumb stuff. I don't care. Because you done had them situations.
We don't, exactly. That's why I be laughing because, something like, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm not trying to push people the wrong way, but I'm just like, man, some of these guys, you ain't got the heart, bro. I know you standing up right now, you talking, but that ain't you.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and sit back down, man. That ain't you. That ain't you.
Yeah, hey, look.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to point no people, but I be looking at some people and I be like, bro, sit down. That ain't you.
I don't even give them that acknowledgement right there. They stand up, get to saying something crazy. I look, and I just get to talking back to the other dude. Like, I can't even respond to that, dog. Like, I can't even. You up right now, you having a good time, and then when it flip and you lose it look like your dog just got hit by an 18-wheeler. Like, it ain't two completely different vibes. The people who gonna talk, they start to finish down up. They getting it in, but you run into a lot of that, and I be the same type vibe. Like, man, go on, bro. We ain't not even expecting that.
It's not even you, brother. That's not even you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I want a couple more questions. And I'll get you out of here because the content creation side is a big side that I think that you are very smart to be able to pick up on, and now you've been thriving in that. You're still uploading. As of today, I saw a couple of days ago, you still uploaded a video. So you're still uploading consistently on your YouTube. You're still streaming on your Twitch. Tell me the importance, and this is very important because a lot of people that watch this, the importance of, even though you are a professional athlete, why is it so important to still have the content creation side?
So for me, I can answer that for me. So the content creation side for me and what I do is you got your own court play, right? So, and then this is, so you got your own court play and you're going to make your money from on the court. This now creates a whole nother avenue for you to make money. And that's how I almost solely make money in the off season. I just got into real estate, but at a time, the money on the court, and then you had your YouTube and your Twitch and your sponsorships come in. That's a whole nother bag. and then that you never know, man. You never know how long you're gonna play. So I don't know if tomorrow's the end of the day, or I got 10 more years of playing 2K. I don't know, but once you
Yeah.
build that fan base up, those people gonna rock with you for who you are. So if you want to continue that, then that's there. But to flip it on the other side of it a little bit, I'm still fresh in it, man. So you might be like, man, you smart, you do this, that, and the third. Man, I just ran the last 4 months, 5 months with a rookie thumbnail creator, and I see my views drop. So it's like it's certain. I don't know the gimmicks of the game of the content creation. I'm still learning. I'm at like 40, 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm trying to get to that 100K, but I ain't learned the game completely yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's fun for me to go through right now. I haven't mastered it. I haven't figured it all the way out. And I don't think I sat down and just keyed in on it either and tried to master it, because I'm still, man, playing 2K it's a lot of time, man. It's a lot of time you got to put in. So it's I'm still like, my mind, I want to do it. I want to do that content. I'm still trying to upload. I don't think I gave it 100% yet, and I might need to. I might need to try to. I might need to try to go all out. But the importance of it, I said it, man. The money behind it, give you different avenues, man. You never know who you can meet from. You start to network and build with it. It's different. It's different monster.
Yeah, you're well, one thing you're right. You're bringing in revenue, but you're also creating a fan base. So you're having this fan base that, regardless, is going to be completely viable to you once you're out, because that helps with the sponsorship deals. That helps with anything as far as that you can get monetary from your Twitch and from your YouTube. And that's why I'm so frustrated, and I be punching and swinging at the wall when, being with the Mavs for as long as I have. And the reason why I've been so valuable to the Mavs is because, players just aren't doing content creation. Right. You, with T-Wolves, you do content creation. You are valuable to them. So you was telling me before we got on, he was like, yo, like, I'm here year round, right? You're here year round because of what you do outside of just the gaming portion of it, right? Yeah. It baffles me how, to this day, 2K League players are not trying to optimize their opportunity by being with a professional team, not having a YouTube, not streaming, not trying to get their brand out there. And to me, like I've been saying all the time, like, people hate me with it. If you are in the league and do not want to help build the brand and build your brand, you don't need to be in this league at all.
Right. I'm with you. That's my exact stance.
Because it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Go ahead.
Exactly. You're coded 2K. And if you are the coldest at 2K, you can develop a following off of it. But if you ain't 2Tac, if you ain't Greens, if you ain't the fan, like, Fan do his content, but it's certain people who like 2Tac is one of the guys that don't take he don't do his YouTube serious. He don't, like, he'll Twitch, but like, he'll blow up immediately because he know the jump shots. He's so cold that people, man, this kid is cold at 2K. He just raw. They just gonna fight. They just gonna follow him because he's so good. But if you're the number 17 point guard on the list, sorry, buddy. Like, people ain't, like, you can have a following, but you gonna have to build that up. They ain't just naturally about to come gravitate to you. Dang, what else you say? Because it was something else I wanted to talk on too. You had a good point. I don't forgot. It was something else. I forgot it.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was the off season stuff. So like, I might be, so our team, I think, was the only people. That's why I say a lot of it. I got blessed too. I got lucky, man. I had JB, because I sat down with JB, like, look, JB, when I go home, man, I'm gonna be partying. I'm gonna be chasing the girls. I'm with the family. I'm gonna be going to all the cookouts. It's the off season. I'm gonna be chilling. Like, I'm gonna do my content. But if I'm out here in the Minnesota cold, my family, I can't go to. The clubs ain't gonna be open like that. Like, I can lock in. Like, if you would, like, help me and take care of this, I could grow. And y'all got my contract. I can't leave. So if I grow, y'all get to go pitch me to the sponsorships. We got BearDaBeast and Whoop. So we worked out a deal. So they started taking care of a lot of my stuff for like off season, man. And then they pay for you, man. That, if people knew how good I had it, and I just think a lot of them just don't know. They don't understand. Like, I haven't paid rent anywhere. And for like the last 3 years, I don't pay a light bill, water bill, and you a grown man. You know what that type of money can accumulate. like, I ain't gonna say too much, but that could have just been a deal, and I would have took the deal on that. But then they gonna turn around, do content for me. We gonna pay you, and then we're gonna help you do these other gigs. Go do this high school stuff. We're gonna help you get these sponsorships, these appearances. We're gonna, and then the 2K league gonna help me pay me on that off stream. And so then that's when I say, like, yeah, I did that, and I was doing the content. You got the Twitch stuff rolling in, and then you were able to save money because they paying for everything. So then I could go make my real estate investments. Like, it's if they knew what I knew, then they'd be all over the content. I just don't think they know, to be honest.
Man,
I don't think so.
You and I both know we're older, and I'm pretty sure you say the same thing. I was like, man, look, man, if I was 19 in y'all shoes, bro, good God Almighty, y'all tripping right now, bro. Y'all are tripping. And I understand the whole concept of being young and dumb, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you could have, and I'm saying this to all these pros, anybody watching. If you're young and you have some type of following, you got some type of sizzle right now in gaming, and you ain't doing YouTube, and you ain't doing Twitch, you're not doing TikTok, you're not taking an opportunity to monetize that. In 4 or 5 years, when your hype is gone, and you're working a 9-to-5 job. I'm not trying to say it's nothing wrong working a 9-to-5 job, but what I'm saying is, if you get to play video games for a living, like I do, and my man in front of me right now, BearDaBeast, right? And we're more advanced in our age. You know what I'm saying? We're the old heads of the community. And you can do this at 19, and you don't do anything about that, man. I don't know if dumb's the word. I can't even think of a word. To put together for that. So please, God, like, take advantage of that. Like, take advantage.
A couple of them will grasp it, a couple of them will listen to it. I tell them all the time, man. People be complaining about the league, and it goes back one of the other points. Is like, man, I don't know if they can afford my, like, the other content, like creators. Like, man, I don't know if they can afford me. I tell people in the league all the time, man, if you don't make 6 figures a year and you in the league, they guarantee you 40. But if you don't make 6 figures in a year, you dumbing out, dog. You selling yourself way short. And they like, Barry, you sure you can make 6? I'm like, what you need to prove? You want to see it? Like, that's you stupid. Like, you dumb. You're literally an idiot because you're backed by the NBA. So like, I done seen situations before to where my total following, I think it was probably like 75,000, 100,000 at a time. A dude had like 250 on YouTube alone, but I got in that door faster and got the money before bro did, because when the reps talked, it was the NBA coming to talk. So it was you backed by this machine that's a completely different monster. But this the parts of the podcast that they don't pay attention to. They heard the 2K stuff and they gone. They won't even get this far to the podcast. So it ain't. I ain't gonna say it ain't no hope, but man, I remember being 19 because YouTube wasn't really jumping as far as influence and that type. We would go around and do the stupid stuff. Man, I had probably so much viral stuff on my phone at 19, but half of the stuff we couldn't post. But if I was 19 at 38, if I was 19, hey boy, and the way the social game is now and the monetization off of it, God, oh man,
almighty, man, don't get me going, man. Jeez, I'm telling you, man. It's like my wife. We talk about it all the time, and I'm just like, babe. I said, like I said, obviously we're doing really good, but I was just telling her, I'm just like, man, that's why I go so hard on my kids, because with their stuff, because I'm like, for me, there's a lot of things I would love to do in content creation that I just don't do because now I'm in later on in life, right? And I got white. Like, I can't do those things, but I've been seeing, and I'm like, man. I would love to do that. Right?
It's some you could go to that one. You go to certain genres or certain little trends, and you could run it. And it's like at this point, I don't want no smoke with a lot of it. But nah, if I was 19, that's a different door, a different monster.
So, but so my 2K league players, man, take advantage of that. Don't because again, same for me. I thought I was going to be playing professional baseball all my life, right? And I only played 4 seasons, right? So I had to find, you have to find somewhere else. You got to find other income. You got to find what else you got to do. I feel like the ignorance is some of these kids are going to think that they're going to be in the 2K league for the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You know what I mean? Listen, man, look on the right on the wall. The average lifespan of a 2K league player is 6 months. It's just is what it is, right? The road they flip you quick. Hell, some of them don't even make it to the 5v5, right? So it's like, you know, so just take advantage of the opportunity. You know what I mean? Take advantage of your opportunities. So that's something that is very important. If you don't get anything out of the podcast, just take advantage of your opportunities, not just 2K League, but also other creators that has aspirations, or if you have aspirations to be in 2K League, you know, take advantage of those opportunities. I want to go ahead and end it up with just one more last question, because I think a lot of people will always want to know this stuff right here. Your first 2K League check, man. What did you purchase? What did you buy?
All right. So first, I ain't gonna lie. First 2K League check I got. It wasn't the first one that kicked in that I was like, I don't know. First 2K League check probably a little over 2 bands, but it went. I don't even know. I'm the type of dude. Give me a white shirt, fresh shoes, my jeans clean, and I'm cool, baby. I'm cool. Yeah. I don't need too much, but I don't even know what I really bought. I could give you this one though. Like when the second check kicked in, and I realized that like the first check is 2,000+, the second check is 2,000+, and I'm like, this gonna keep coming. Like, when I ain't been in the shop. I ain't stapled my hand to the box spring. I ain't sold my hand in the mattress. I ain't did none of that. I'm like, so that second check really hit me. But when we won a 2K League championship, I ain't gonna lie, I bought a 07 Corvette, a yellow Corvette. It reminded me of a Corvette my dad had growing up. And at the time, the guy, you know, you can go put 10,000 down, you can 20,000, you can get in the car you want on the lot. But
exactly,
I bought this car. I really liked it. It was like the start, like I wanted, like my dad had it growing up. So that was probably like one of the biggest, dumbest purchases I did. I bought my 07 Corvette. Well, that ain't the biggest, because then I went and like put a motor inside of it. But that was like the first thing I bought when being in the league was my vet.
That's awesome. And then last question, last. This is the last one.
You good,
Any
man?
type
I'm chilling.
of celebrities that you played with that you kept, you was like, man, or that reached out to you, or anything that you like, you was like, dang, like they watch me, they know who I am.
Man, it's so. At this point, if I say I might miss some people at this point. For some reason, man, with the culture and how the culture is, they feel like they like, man, I like him, I relate to him. And people be hitting. Now, you understand shit.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I got some names. I'll say one. Yeah. I'll say one. This is one that really got me.
I just don't want to forget nobody, because then they gonna be, I don't know. But go ahead. I don't mind telling.
I don't want to say a whole list of names. I'm just saying like one. Like for instance, for me, this happened last month where Micah Parsons hit me up about running, and I was like, bruh. I jumped out my damn chair. I ran up. Because I got 3 stories. So I ran all the way up. I was, babe. Yeah. Michael Parsons, he wants to play with me. She was like, who is that? I'm like, what? I'm a first of all, I got I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. So I was like, Michael Parsons? I was like, man, so to me, that's like it. What I'm getting at is this. And I said this in EJ's podcast, and I say for you, because it's always like this. When you're playing virtually in your gaming room or in your house, wherever you're at, and you have a huge following, you just don't know how popular you really are, where you're like how many people know you, because we're not in arenas, we're not in stands where there's thousands of people cheering you on, that type of deal. So when you hear celebrities or A-list people or B or whatever, and you're like, dude, they know who I am, right?
Nah,
like, what?
Man, it's done. Rappers, Lip Man, I give you a few. Like Baby King hit me up, and I'm like, yo, like that's Baby King, like that's crazy. Like,
ain't that crazy? You immediately start smiling.
I'm like, yo, it's crazy, yo, like that's crazy. We had we did the event with Michael Parsons, the All-Star, Michael Parsons, Tyrese Maxey, Halliburton. Every time I meet the NBA dudes, they so down to earth, dog. Michael Parsons, he crazy dude too. He funny, like to the point where Maxey though, like yo, like yeah, we got the spot. Come kick it later. Just come through, chill. It's already everything good. Y'all good. Come kick it with me. And
That's
super
awesome.
cool. Like K1, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray be on 2K heavy. Kyler Murray, he'll FaceTime me.
Yeah.
Like he'll call me like, yo, bro, I got the bill. Like, what's this right here? Or what's this? Like, I'm like, bitch, you fucking Kyler Murray. Don't be calling my phone, boy. I can't. I gotta let me text me before you call. I gotta smile first or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a, bro. I'm telling you, like, we went Timwood. Like Cat will walk up and dap me up, like, but like where you like he'll just show love, like like you know me or something. Like I'm like, oh, that's Cat, bro. Like Cat just barely shook like. But you definitely it's definitely some people who I done ran it. That's why I don't want to hope nobody don't see it and be like, dang, you ain't throw my name in there, because they really be showing me love, and every time they do it, I just be like, what? I ain't got no steps, so next time I might need to run outside or something. Mine ain't 3 stories. Like, oh, mine. This is all you get, man. This is it.
Hey. Yeah, man. But nah, I think like one thing I always say is that you can tell with yourself, you know what I'm saying, that you're appreciative, you hungry, you're not ever taking granted for where you're at. And I think that's why the blessings are going to continue to come. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, it's about pinching yourself and realizing like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really very fortunate and blessed to be in the position I'm in. So I want to end with this is saying that the fact that, you are by far, in my opinion, 2K League is extremely smart to continue to push your brand, push you forward, because not only are you extremely marketable, I said it numerous times, but you're also a really, really good role model as far as how individuals can play, watching your streams, anything like that, whatever. You just got it. Like, you got it. And I'm pretty sure when you were 7 years old and, playing and everything like that, there was never a point in time in your life you was like, yo, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be a professional 2K League player, right? And it's funny, the journey, right? The journey.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? That you went from. Like, your story is absolutely crazy. I hope that a lot of people watching understand that, this wasn't just waking up, and just all of a sudden you in the league. You know what I'm saying? Man was living in his own business, sleeping in the back with no shower, right? That's the type of grind and that's the type of dedication it takes, man. So, again, man, I'm wrapping this up. Truly, truly appreciate you coming in. But first, I want you to go ahead, shout out your socials, and everything about you, and then we'll get out of here.
Nah, I appreciate you for hitting me up to come on, man. It's dope, man. So keep doing your thing, man. More blessings to you too, because I respect it, man. I definitely need you, people like you, to keep going. I'm gonna need a lot of game from y'all, and need to be inspired. I need that motivation. So when I see y'all doing it, it's easy to look over like, shit, if he could do it, you know what I'm saying? I got to pull that motivation from over there. Like I need it. So I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate somebody like you even hit me up and let me chat. But BearDaBeast, BearDa Beast, BeAst, all across the board on every platform, TikTok, If you go see my Instagram reels, that's probably more in real life stuff. I be saying that, and I be getting, gotta tone it down, bro. You gotta tone it down. So I be trying to give a little bit more insight to the real life on Instagram, but they be the nightlife but they starting to cut me short. But yeah, it's BearDaBeast across the board on everything.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing, man. Again, man, really appreciate you. Hey, best of luck to you. You know what I'm saying? Up in DC. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it up there, man. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna make it up there or not, whatever. But regardless, man, we're gonna be crossing paths soon. I'm pretty sure I might be doing some 2K stuff, man, early in the game or whatever. We'll probably be linking up soon, man. So man, again, I appreciate you. And make sure everybody that's watching, if you watch this on YouTube or Spotify, just make sure you subscribe, like it up. Other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy, man. We got my man BearDaBeast. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation. And again, I'll see you on the next ride.
Appreciate y'all, man. We out.